Well, family members of victims of the 2001 and 1993 attacks on the World Trade Center are gathering in Lower Manhattan right now. Today's solemn ceremony is taking place at the 9/11 Memorial Plaza. Our Rick Leventhal is in Lower Manhattan. He saw the attacks unfold 15 years ago as well. Rick?
And John, before we get to that, I wanted to bring our viewers up to date on a story that is breaking right now that I just learned about within the last 15 or 20 minutes. As you know, there are many dignitaries gathered at the scene, including Republican nominee Donald Trump and the Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton, who was at Ground Zero, was there for the ceremony, and left unexpectedly, left early because of what appeared to be a medical episode. I have a law enforcement source who was there, who was 15 feet away from Hillary Clinton. He says she was standing on a curb with her protective detail waiting for her motorcade. They were surprised to see her because she wasn't supposed to be leaving yet, so they had to wait for the motorcade 2 or 3 minutes. When it finally rolled up, my source says she stumbled off the curb, appeared to faint, lost one of her shoes that wound up underneath the van. Her protective detail, I'm told, helped her into that van, and then the van took off, presumably in the direction of a hospital. They grabbed her shoe and flagged down the rest of her detail. Her shoe was given to that detail who was following the other 2 vehicles, and they left Ground Zero early just moments ago because of some apparent medical episode that Hillary Clinton was suffering. It's not terribly hot today, John. It was warm. Certainly warm at the scene, but again, Hillary Clinton, my source, was 15 feet away, says she appeared to be having some sort of medical episode, had to be helped into her van, and left Ground Zero early before this ceremony ended, apparently because of a medical problem. Of course, this day, John, as you well know, is one of the worst days for anyone who was here 15 years ago, who lived through it or lost someone in those towers. It was also a day of remarkable bravery and heroism, and we have seen, as you know, remarkable progress at the site behind me where One World Trade rises above Ground Zero and where the reading of those names take place because of the attacks that changed our world forever.
When 2 hijacked planes hit the Twin Towers on September 11, 2001, thousands of people fled the burning and collapsing buildings in Lower Manhattan.
Wait for the other guy.
And thousands of first responders raced into the smoke and flames. Firefighter Billy Quick was one of them.
I ran up to the building and a police officer said, I got people trapped down the subway. So I went into the subway, went downstairs, got people up. People are bleeding, screaming, crying. And I just said, just come upstairs, go to your left, just keep going to your left. Just find the ambulance, go to your left, go to your left. Within 2 to 3 minutes after that, the first collapse happened of the building.
Quick spent the next 60-plus days breathing toxic dust while working the pile in the massive rescue and recovery operation at Ground Zero until he blew out his knee, then developed serious lung problems. Quick died 5 years ago at age 55 from 9/11-related illness. One of 127 members of the department whose names have been added to the memorial at FDNY headquarters.
We were there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we're paying the price.
Daniel Nigro was promoted to chief of department on 9/11 when he escaped the collapse, but his boss did not. He says lessons have been learned, but the mission hasn't changed.
We are determined to do everything we can to protect life and property in this city.
And of course, the FDNY and the NYPD continue with that mission every single day. One other note about the Clinton episode, John, it happened in an area that was off limits to the press. So the pool reporters that follow Hillary Clinton wherever she goes didn't see it. They didn't know about it. As far as we know, there were no cameras at that location. And as far as we know, the Clinton campaign still has not confirmed that there was any problem with Hillary Clinton. We still haven't gotten confirmation of why she left early, but we have confirmed through a second source that she did in fact leave early. And apparently, according to my source, who was 15 feet away from the former senator, John, she was clearly having some kind of medical episode, stumbled and nearly fell as her knees buckled, and she came off that curb and then was helped by her protective detail into her van and left Ground Zero within the last 30 minutes.
Yeah, we certainly wish Senator Clinton well. Talk about the temperature. You mentioned, I mean, it has been abnormally hot and humid in New York for September, especially. You say that it's not as oppressive this morning as it has been.
It was certainly warm and humid earlier, but now there's a breeze, and there had been talk of heavy rains predicted today. But there's a breeze, and it's now very, very comfortable. In fact, reminds me of the incredible weather we had here 15 years ago on September 11, 2001. It was a gorgeous day then. It's right now a gorgeous day again. So this could be weather related, I suppose, but it doesn't at this hour appear to be oppressively hot.
All right. Well, again, we wish Secretary Clinton well from whatever, in recovering from whatever this particular episode was. Great reporting there, as always. Rick Leventhal. Rick, thank you.